Bay got a few surprises during the passage of Hurricane Dean. Some level of basic preparation was made for the Category 4 system. However, many residents later realized that at all times expect the unexpected. Our reporter Fabia Phillips was in St. Thomas during the passage of the hurricane.
It's somewhat the calm before the storm. Residents of Morant Bay are hoping that their deepest fears will not materialize, but only time will tell.
Well, time told a story with the theme devastation. Of course, after heavy rainfall, breeze and the sea bringing its share of drama, Morant Bay was cut off from Kingston even before Dean had arrived. Then it was confirmed. The roadways at White Horses and Roselle were blocked. Even though the warning rang out, several vehicles tried to drive through with little or no success. Then news broke that at least 2 coastal towns were being flooded by seawater. Helpful persons were able to evacuate individuals from the already disastrous area.
Well, some citizens wish that my friend them living in the corner this I'm gonna see side which I just see already. See come over, now them house and them come out the road and call me. I've go down there and rescue him.
What puzzled some individuals was the fact that the floods came before it started raining heavily.
It's the first time it go on like this, carry on like this. Okay. Because all the other time we don't move, only those people down there move, but we up here don't move. Okay. But this time see my house there, me I have to go too.
Emergency personnel had to forcefully remove an elderly couple from this area. However, others complied and were evacuated to higher ground. Animals were left to possibly swim on their own. On the matter of shelters in St. Thomas, ODPEM reported that at least 400 persons checked in for temporary housing across the parish. Those who arrived hours before the hurricane hit complained that they were moved hastily from their houses without being able to pack necessities.
We leave what we have at home because we can't do better. We were called to leave immediately, and so we have to just run left what we have.
This man from a church-based group helped to evacuate persons from flood-prone communities. Some fishers and marine interests prepared their boats and hoped they would withstand the test of time.
Get them up off the beach, come away up like this distance. And most of the thing we do is get a big rope now and just tie them on to the coconut trees and some tie onto the building just in case, because the water come this way before, you know.
Others in the meantime were determined to face the elements, ignored the warnings and ventured out to sea to secure their fishing pots. Fabia Phillips, CVM News.
Cement blocks to secure their roofs. Farthest from their minds was the fact that 1 out of the thousands of blocks which decorated the housetops would become a deadly missile. For more on this freak on Hamburg Lane in White Horses, St. Thomas, once again, here's Fabia Phillips.
It was a tragedy that no one expected. 15-year-old Samantha Prince thought she had survived the worst of Hurricane Dean on Sunday, but not so. A block from someone else's roof crashed through her roof and ceiling, hitting her on the crown of her head. Relatives relive the last moments of her life.
And I hear a bash like a glass break. So I said, what is that?
When I went inside, rushed inside, I realized there was a hole in the roof and she was laying on the ground. I started to shake her till I get up because it's wetting up the place. She wouldn't move. When I moved her, I realized her body was heavy.
The mother called for help and someone who heard rushed to her assistance.
And he came up and he rushed her out of the house and said he was taking her to the hospital. He tried and he got to the seaside. The sea was already in the road. He told me he tried. He told me he did his best. But she couldn't make it.
Gone, but not forgotten.
We missed her. I don't know. I don't know my daughter can make this, but I try to hold her up still because she's a sweet girl. We can remember her. Sweet, manageable, and everything. You know, wherever time you don't see her, she ever like to greet her with a hug or something like that.
Samantha attended the Happy Grove High School. Her body was later laid in a church under the watchful eyes of police officers. It was removed several hours later. Fabia Phillips, CVM News.
And our news team took to the skies this afternoon to look at the damage caused by Dean. While some places, such as Port Antonio, appeared to have suffered little or no infrastructural damage, sections of St. Thomas, St. Catherine and Clarendon seemed to have taken the brunt of Dean's wrath. In Duhaney Pen, some household items appeared to have been washed into the sea, while the police was still trying to ensure that motorists using the White Horses main road did so safely. St. Catherine's Helsha Beach appeared to have been battered into submission, while it seemed to be a case of the same old story at Rocky Point, as our news team saw dozens of homes submerged in water. Of course, we'll have more on this story in subsequent news.